Hello everybody, a very warm welcome back to the MEC-TEC garage. Now I'm sure most of you are pretty used to by now my garage looking like an absolute bomb site, but I think you'll agree this is getting a bit excessive. Now a couple of people asked me on the end of the last video comments that they would like to see a video of me packing up the MEC-TEC garage. So I've been filming some bits here and there of me packing up stuff and obviously showing you what I've been going through and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to put those bits of filming now for you. However, things have taken a turn for the worst, shall we say, and are not going to plan. I will update you more on that in the video later on. But for now, I'm going to send you back to past me. I'll show you how it all started off, having a pretty tidy and clear garage, to it now looking like this, which is basically our lives in one garage, i.e. everything from the house, everything from the loft and everything from the garage all in one place. It is crammed in here, and as you will probably notice, the super van's not even in here now, which you will know about or see later on in the video what's happened to that as well. If you've seen my Instagram pictures, you would have seen that and where it's gone, but if you haven't, I will put some pictures in for you later in the video and tell you all about that. So as I say, let's go back in time. I'll show you what I've been doing, and then I will come back to current time and I will tell you all what has been happening. And so it begins. I've packed my first box in the garage. As you can see, this white box down here, it's full of Haynes manuals off that top shelf over there. I've got all sorts in here, lots of Capri books from years ago, and lots of manuals and lots of brochures and all sorts of things in here. So as you can see, it's quite a deep box, got a massive line of manuals all the way along there. So that box is the first box to be packed. That was actually, what was that? Oh, that was my DeLorean on a dyno. 6th for the 6th 2009. 120.8 horsepower, which I think was at the wheels. No, it's at the flywheel. It says there at the flywheel. Just about 10 brake horse off what it should be. But I think by the end of the dyno run they actually got it up to 130, which is what it should be. So I think that was sort of like a mid run as such. But so there we go. That's the first box. I'm just going through these shelves up here, trying to sort out what I'm keeping and what I'm not, and it's taking a little bit of time. I've got some odd bits and bobs in that little box down there as well. Paper Ford mats and old number plates and all sorts of things like that. So I'm going to carry on going through this, and when I've got a bit more progress and sorting stuff out, I'll show you. Right, next lot of stuff off the shelf. Top shelf is now clear, all by that picture there, which came all the way from the States with the DeLorean. They are all the plaques that the guy who owned it in the States put into a frame with the DeLorean picture for car shows that he went to. So that's pretty cool. Obviously I've got to take that down, it's only resting there. Down here we've got a test and tune analyzer, a couple of vacuum gauges, spring compressors, a gas tester, the old stainless steel car care kit for the DeLorean that came with it originally, a timing light, DeLorean airbox and fuse box cover, and in here we've got all my wiring and stuff from when I was a teenager and I had big stereos in cars, and I've got all the stereo wiring kits and things in there. There's also a Volvo hot cold air feed, which used to be on the DeLorean originally as well, which if it had that original airbox on it. Mine's never had that on it since I've owned it. It came with it, but it never had it on it. So right, so that's the top shelf clear now. I want to get that boxed up and keep on going. Right, next shelf. I've done that one for some reason. I don't know why I did that one next, but I did. I've got original Ford service manuals for my old Mark II Fiesta, my Capri, and I've also got one here for which one is it? That one, a Ford Taunus stroke Cortina. Now I've never had a Ford Taunus or Cortina, and I don't know how I got the manual, but if anyone wants a Ford Cortina Taunus manual, original workshop manual, let me know. Could do a deal on it with you. Don't know what it's worth, but It's something I've had sitting on the shelf for ages. Now I've got, what else have I got here? I've got the DeLorean 1 workshop manual. That inside there, not sure what that is. Oh, that is a dent pulling kit. That's an old laptop which has got a lot of knowledge stuff on it from years ago. I've got a windscreen kit. That's another laptop in there, which has got some software on it for diagnostics on computers, an older one. There's my little Foxwell scanner. Easy bleed kit. Bags of Henry Hoover, and this is really important, this little box here. This is a wooden box, and this was my granddad's from when he worked at Ford's in Dagenham. You can see his name there and the old badge. Derek Holt, and he's the foreman of quality control, and he's got all his health and safety things in here. Accident prevention, what's that dated? 16th of the 8th 84, before I was even born. Year before I was born that was, and that one's 74. He's got some calipers in here, and that's one of these Fandango knives that pops out. It's quite sharp actually. I assume that was a glasses case, the full stamp on it. Amazing bit of history, really. I love it. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a little ruler. And case there. So that's probably going to. I may get a glass case, box case made or something, or make one to put this on display in, because I think that's brilliant. Remember my dear old granddad. There we go. So that's all in there in the original wooden box that it came in. Should keep that very safe. So yeah, that's that shelf clear anyway. So I'm going to get that one boxed up now and keep on going. The next shelf down is already in 2 plastic boxes, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Might have to just make sure they're level so they can stack. And I think the bottom shelf, there's a lot of literature and books and manuals and things on that as well. So although it looks like I've got a lot of junk in here, it's not junk. It's kind of useful stuff, you know. So anyway, let's crack on. Right, these 2 boxes here are staying as they are. I'm not going to repack them. That one is all my bodyworking stuff. That one is a mixture of all sorts of things in there. There's DeLorean, well actually no, they're off a Lancia Thema manifold. They fit the DeLorean engine. There's two exhaust manifolds for that in there. There's pipes in there, there's hoses, there's bungee cords, all sorts of things in there. And then we come to the bottom shelf over here, and you can see I've got a lot more manuals and books on cars and all the rest of it. So I'm going to box those up. That one on the end there with no cover is very important. That is the PRV injection system manual for the DeLorean engine. So that's very important to keep that one. I've also got that Ford sign to take off the wall behind there, business as usual. That was on the dealership where I used to work, on their temporary porter cabin when they was having some building work done, and when they were going to get rid of it I said I'll have that. So so I've got that on the wall to take off. It's only 4 screws, I'll hold that on. So yeah, I'm going to get these books packed up in this box, and then we'll hopefully get this shelving unit down. And what I'll do is I'll stack all the boxes in this corner so that they're out of the way and not in way of any work that may have to be done. Right, there we go. Sign is off the wall over there against that wall now, along with that little Irish Clonmel sign. That wasn't even on the wall, it was just resting behind it. Got all the boxes stacked up in that corner, swept the floor out. Now I'm going to try and tackle this shelf, which is all my cleaning stuff and oils and things like that. So I'm going to obviously keep out the stuff I'm probably going to use, and anything that I'm likely not to use I'll stick in a box so at least it's ready to go. And that should be most of that shelf clear then with any luck. So shelving units over there, as you can see. I need to take that apart. That just taps apart with a mallet or whatever, and I can put that back together when we get to the new place. There's a lot of things here that I don't know what to do with, as you can probably imagine. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to box up and what not to box up to try and take in my own car, if that makes sense, because there's like things like jacks and, you know, bits of iron girder and those big ramps. Obviously you can't box those up, they've just got to go in as they are, so they may have to go in the trailer. But yeah, I'm sort of standing here at the moment wondering what to do next. as as I usually do. So there we go. Let's see if we can get some more progress going. Right, I'll just show you where I'm at. I've been clearing this whole wall. As you can see, all I've got over in that corner now is my ramps, my 2 bits of girder, a few cans that won't fit in a box because they're too tall, 1 axle stand, the bigger stuff like my jacks, my welding trolley, and then I've got all my boxes over here and the shelving unit stacked on top that was there before. So it is progressing fairly well, to be fair, considering I'm not enjoying it. No, it's just difficult knowing what to get rid of and what to keep. But yeah, so I mean, I've never seen that side of that garage that tidy for a long while, and you've probably never seen that tidy on YouTube. So there we go. It's still got some other bits and bobs set out that I've got to sort out, obviously, but it's getting there. This side is mainly sort of a countertop which I want to keep in case I want to make a workbench for the new place. A few other bits of wood, piece of checker plate, and the rear door and the bonnet panel for the van. That's about all that's on that wall, really. I've got a few bits to sort out over in this corner that came out the roof. That's headlining material for a DeLorean. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that or not because it's been in the roof for a long while. I don't know whether it's gone manky or not. That's the original board for the DeLorean that goes behind the trimming of his seats. My one's got a speaker box there at the moment, my chavved up stereo. And then there's the original boot carpet. There's a Cavalier parcel shelf there, amongst other things. So yeah, it's still got a lot to do, but my aim was to try and get this sort of wall fairly done, and then I can pull the van forward into this space once it's a space again, and then I can concentrate on that end, which obviously has got a little bit more in it than this end had. So I was trying to do the easy end first, if you like. So there we go. Let's crack on and carry on doing it. Right, having rearranged a few boxes and put that shelving unit on there and stuff, I'm kind of moving along now to this end of the garage a little bit. Obviously the van is under there. That looks like a complete mess, but most of that on top of there is tarpaulins and bits of foam to sit on and blankets and stuff like that. So there's not too much on there. I think I'm going to move my bike down the other end of the garage where it used to be and have a little bit of a clear out in this area. And then we're going to move down to that bit there, which is a big tall pile of toolboxes that I got given with various things in that I'm going to go through and try and sort of what's the word, can't think of it, but scale down, if you know what I mean, you know. So I've got some more boxes. I'm going to keep on going with that. I'll just show you what I found. I've done the top of the washing machine is all clear. I found on top of there, I put this up there when we cleared my granddad's house out, he passed away. Got an old really old clock in there, which unfortunately needs a new piece of glass on it, but I want to try and sort that out. That can go in our new house hopefully. So I'm going to put that in there nice and safe. That's the first thing in the next box. I've got a plethora of multimeters that can go in there too. I need to fix one of those because one of them or two of them have got a fuse blown inside them. This is the stereo out of the DeLorean, which has got a CD jammed in it. I want to get the CD out of it, and then I'm going to chuck that because it's not any good. It never really played very well. It's one of those flip out DVD screen ones, but it's only a cheapo rip speed one. So I'm going to get the CD out of that and probably launch that. I'm just going to carry on going through really. I'll just show you quickly what sort of things are in these boxes. I'm not even sure myself, to be honest with you, anymore. I've got going from time to time to use stuff. There's all sorts of tools and things in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but it may have to just stay in the toolboxes and we'll just pack them as they are, sort of thing. Like, I haven't got to rebox it for no reason. So there's all sorts of, there's mainly carpentry stuff in there, but looks like rasps and chisels and mini hacksaws and things like that. So yeah, right, I'm going to have a little bit of a clear up in front of the Puma. The Puma's now on its wheels, as you would have seen in the last video, and I had to fix the ABS. That's now done. Final job on that, I think, is going to be number plates, so then it should be MOTable, so that's good. I'm going to move this bike out of the way up there, so it's out of my way, and then I can sort this area out, I think. Rightio, I have consolidated, that's the word I was looking for earlier, some of these boxes all into this big one that I've got over here. That is all carpentry stuff in there now, so at least I know well, I think the majority of it's carpentry stuff. There was some stuff in there already, but I've obviously put stuff in there on top of that. So that box basically full. That goes on top of there like that, and that goes on top of there like that, and luckily enough it's on wheels, so it turns out to be really heavy. We can wheel it along. So that's that one done. What I think I'm going to do, rather than I was trying to get rid of these boxes and tool cases, but there's not actually anything wrong with them, so I'm thinking to myself now, trying to sort of organise the stuff I've got left on the workbench over here. As you can see, it's a complete mess. Maybe try and get like one box for maybe my cordless drill and all my drill bits, and just so things are all together, you know. I have got a drill box down there for the MEC-TEC drill, but it's not very big, and you can't fit any sort of screws or anything else or drill bits or anything in there, because it's just literally the size of the drill. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards doing that at the moment. So I'm just sort of trying to work out what my next step is at the moment, because you kind of got to take it bit by bit, otherwise it gets a bit on top of you, as you can probably imagine. So I'm going to decide what I'm going to do next, and come back to you when I know. Right, there we go. That's worked out quite nicely. I've got all my MEC-TEC batteries, the 2 chargers, the impact driver charger, the electric ratchet charger, and all the batteries all in that one box. So that is absolutely superb. Unfortunately the box has got a bit of a crack in the lid. Something fell on it a long while ago, and I can't remember what happened to it now, but that happened. So but it doesn't affect it working. So that's all in there now. I know exactly where they all are, and they can probably stay in there when even once we've moved, because I'll know if I put a label on it or whatever, I know which box is which, and that's another little bit of organisation. Lovely jubbly. Right, as you can see, I've started on the workbench. The big thing that was here was the Lotus cylinder head. I've put that in the boot of the car now, along with the window frame I had for it, and the glass, and the 2 door handles also that I had for it. So that's taken up a big bit of the workbench there. And I've got various bits in this box here. I've got drill bits, jump leads, soldering iron, rivets, all sorts of things in there. So that's another box that I've started, and I've also started on this plastic box down here. This is full up with measuring calipers. What's that? Mark 1 MX5 digital clock, if anyone needs it. A couple of little batteries under there, the torch. What else we got? All sorts of things in here. I've just basically put it all in as much as I can fit in one box, basically. So that is all. You watch, this won't shut now. Yeah, that is all packed and ready to go. So that's that box done. That box there, I think was full of my granddad's tools, which I've left as they were. These ones had sort of carpentry bits and bobs in, so I've left them as they were for now, because I haven't got any more room for any of them in my other box. Just trying to get everything in boxes, so at least it can all be moved fairly easily. This case shut before, now it won't shut. Right, where did I move it to? That's the question. I like that. There we go. It's got to fit in there like that, and this just about closes. There we go. Clip that under there for now. That can go underneath there. Another one. That one can go on top of there. That one can go on top of there. So those ones in the corner now are all full, and the workbench is beginning to look a little bit clearer, which is kind of nice. Got a box of screws there, they can stay as they are. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on going across the workbench and gradually sort of filling things up as I go. I've got a couple more toolboxes on there. I've also got a massive giant stack of plastic tiles, which I was going to put down on the floor in here, but I've changed my mind on those, so they may be up for grabs if anyone's looking for those hard interlocking plastic tiles. Got quite a big stack there. They may be up for grabs. Right, look at that. This workbench has not been as clear as that since the day I built it, which was about, I don't know how many years ago, a long while ago, well over 10 years. So that is now absolutely clear. 3 boxes worth cleared that. You can see all my plastic boxes under there, which can obviously all stay as they are. I've got a blow moulded case there with the panel beating stuff in. Obviously there's still bits I've got to put in other boxes underneath here. That shelf over there is clear. This one's got some stuff on it. I need to sort out the top of my box, because that's all got stuff all over it. I have sorted out some of it, because a lot of that was my chargers and things for my drills. So that is looking really, really good. So now I've got sort of dregs of stuff on the floor, which I need to obviously sort out. I'm hoping the Puma is going to be out of the garage very soon, and I can move the old van forward, and then it'll give me some more room to obviously sort out obviously what's behind. I mean, there's not a lot behind the van. There's doors for the van behind the van. That's about it. Obviously there's stuff on top of the van. Little red C1 wing there, or 107 wing. That's a little sneak peek for a future video. Not my C1 though, it's 4, I might like to add. So yeah, it's certainly progressing, so I'm pretty chuffed. As you can see, the pile of boxes is definitely growing. Top banana. Right, I've filled the workbench up again. As you can see, that is all the stuff from this corner down here. I've got chisels, I've got an original 80s Secura car aerial, electric car aerial, which I'm going to use on, I forget what I was going to use that on now. There was something specific I had that for, but I can't think what it is at the moment. But that's obviously in there. Got my hacksaw, earth wire, all sorts of things in there. I've got some damp proof course that I found underneath this toolbox here, and in the corner there lurking is, that is the original Puma engine that unfortunately I did about 100,000 miles with that engine, and then I accidentally went into first gear at about 60 miles an hour and it didn't like it. It got me home, but it didn't sound very good, so obviously I kept it because its numbers matching. Not that that probably makes a great deal of difference to the Puma, but I kept it anyway, with the thought that one day I'll rebuild it and make it faster. But that hasn't happened yet, and it's been under there probably 10 years or more, so I'm going to keep it anyway. But that's probably going to have to go in my trailer, I would have thought. I don't think the removal guys are going to want to pick that up somehow. So but that is the only thing in that corner now, so at least the rest of it's clear. As you can see, all the shelves clear under there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these lengths of metal at the moment. I may have to lay those somewhere, like in this van for example, so that they're out of the way, because again I don't think the old removal van is going to want to be faffing around with loads of bits of metal. So yeah, I'm going to have to put them somewhere. I've got a couple of pairs of bolt croppers I found. They're pretty old actually. Where are these made? Made in Boston, USA. Oh no, it says Boston, USA there, but it says made in England there. How's that work? No idea. But it's made by Record, which is the same make as this Vice, so it's pretty cool. So if you ever want a bank robbed, or you want to rob a bank, I've got a pair of bolt croppers. There's another pair under there as well. Again, made by Record, made in England. Same blue as the Vices start off as. There's a stabiliser bar there for towing, to go on the extra tow. Go on your tow bar as an extra thing, stop the trailer sort of swaying from side to side. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Tar and glue remover, another box of tools. I'm really gonna have to go through these tools and see what I'm doubled up on when we get there, and just lay them all out on the ground, and obviously see what I can get rid of and what I need to keep. There's a couple of pullers in there as well which I found. There's a starter motor there for something, I don't know what it's for. I think it came off of a Volvo. I think it was when Dan did his Volvo engine. He said, "Do you want this starter motor? I'm going to chuck it." I was like, "Yeah, I'll have it." I was like, and now I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do with it? So yeah, I'm just sort of carrying on going through stuff and finding more and more bits, but getting there slowly but surely. Okay, I've had a rejig in the back of the old super van, and I've got all the metal lamps in there now, in the middle on that brown sheet, and I've put a blanket right underneath everything so it protects my paintwork on the sides that I did. The spare wheel is also in there now, so I save having to put that somewhere else. I put it in its position in there, just resting there, but it's wedged in obviously with everything else. I've got the headliner in there, all the seats in there. Obviously I'm going to have to put the back door on the van at some point. I'm lagging a bit if I'm honest, but I'm trying to keep going. I've got to sorry about the lines on the screen, these fluorescent lights make lines. I've got to try and start boxing some of this stuff up on the shelf here. Now that end is all what do you call it, blow moulded cases with tools in. This end is DVDs and CDs and stuff like that, and the stereo, so not too much up there really. I don't know, I said that about the workbench and it ended up being 3 boxes, so we'll see how we get on with that. But yeah, still progressing slowly but surely. Okay, you can see I've now cleared that area under the workbench. That is actually a door under there which lets the trailer in and out. The trailer is now back on the front and the van is moved forward up there. All the toolboxes and things that I had underneath the workbench are now stacked over there in a big pile, along with some of the stuff from the roof, the DeLorean original side skirts there, DeLorean boot mat, or frunk mat if you want to call it that. And then we come to all this lot, which is what I've just got out the roof. I've got my original Fiesta Mark II wheels. I've got a brand new pair of genuine Ford front wings for it. A second-hand, very good condition bonnet. A brand new genuine Ford front panel. And I've also got pattern inner and outer seals, pattern scuttle, pattern inner and outer rear arches. As you can tell, and pattern lower quarter panels there. As you can tell, I was going to do a full resto on it, which hasn't obviously happened yet, but I've got all the panels to do it, which is really good. I've also got the original Puma wheels there. I've got down here my engine crane and engine support bar. They are Cavalier seat runners, which I kept from the original seats. And over here we've got the windscreen and the rear glass for the super van. So that is the whole roof cleared out. Now that looks probably a bit like a mess again, but as you can see, there is now nothing in the roof at all. That is all down. So everything is out of the roof and I haven't got to worry about that up there anymore at all. It is all where it needs to be down here and accessible for obviously moving. So next step now I think is going to be to tidy this up a bit, get it into more of a sort of organised pile if you like. And then I actually need to start getting stuff down now that I've got the trailer out, because obviously I didn't want to block this area up with the trailer in the garden because I couldn't get it out. So now the trailer's out, I can then use that for dump runs and whatever else. And also we need to clear the loft out and bring everything from the loft down here now as well, so this area can be for loft stuff. I've got to move the super van doors before I do that, so I can stack stuff against that wall. They need to go back on the van. That is a job I've got to do, along with the rear door, because obviously otherwise all that stuff in there is going to fall out the back. So I've got a lot to do, but it is still progressing very well. Right, pictures are all down. Sorry about the strobe lines. I think my wall needs a bit of a clean. What do you reckon? Lucy just helped me. Hello.
Hello.
Mrs. MEC-TEC's here too.
Yep.
I've got all the pictures in a big pile over here, ready to go. I'm going to have to put them in some sort of a box, but I haven't got one big enough at the moment. So I'm going to give this wall a wipe down because it looks horrible, and then we'll carry on. Right, it is at this point in the video that we got the news that we had basically a week left before we moved. We was going to be moving on the Friday. Those clips you just saw were the previous Friday, if you like. So it was all hands to the pump and everything hit the fan as such. Obviously the plan was where I showed that wall that we all needed cleaning, which I'll put a picture on the screen of now once it was all clean. That space that you can see in the picture was ready for all the stuff from the loft. That was always going to be the plan, that all the stuff from the loft was going to come down, and this end of the garage was going to be for the super van, so I could actually work on the super van in this end or whatever else. But we then realised that obviously there wasn't going to be enough room. In fact, no, that's not true. The story continues from there. We got everything ready, perfect, ready to go. The week, probably the day before we was due to move, we got a phone call. The buyer at the beginning of the chain cannot get a mortgage after all, and he has pulled out, which obviously is catastrophic to everything else onward in the chain. There was a bit of to and fro-ing, whether they could do anything with it, what was happening, this, that and the other, and we got the news that he eventually had pulled out, which meant that our buyers have obviously got to resell their flat. Their mortgage offer is running out, and because the guy is starting a new job, he cannot get a new mortgage while he is on probation period in his new job. So basically they are stuck. They can't do anything else because they can't sell their flat, resell their flat quick enough. So they have to get everything done before their mortgage offer runs out. So then we're in a predicament. We've got a house full of boxes, and obviously we need to put our house now back on the market because we need to start getting viewings around and try and get it sold. So that is where this lot has come from. and that is why the super van is not here. Now I'll put some pictures on the screen now. You can see the super van on the back of the trailer on the Puma, which I never thought would happen. It pulled it absolutely perfectly. I was very, very impressed. I didn't think it'd be able to do it, bearing in mind that that trailer alone is about half a ton. The van's probably about half a ton, and I had it full to the roof with parts and pieces and all the bits for the van itself. Now at this point I have to say a massive thank you to my old mate Dan. I'll put some pictures on the screen now. You can see where the van is. It is in his garage, safe and sound, right next to his super van. So we've got two super vans in one garage, and we worked out just about, if we cleared the space next to the two that are in there now, we could probably get a third one in there if we really wanted to. So that's quite interesting. So the van is living at Dan's for a little while, which obviously freed up the space in this garage to put all this extra stuff. So let me grab the camera and I'll just show you exactly where we're at and what space we've got. Right, so this is the space that I cleared. Let me move back a bit so you can see from the doorway. That's the space that I cleared, which was totally clear for all the loft stuff. So everything from about here backwards and back to the wall is all stuff from the loft, and also from the bottom shed that I built, the new workshop that never was. And from here onwards is all the stuff from the house that we had packed and ready to go. So every single room worth of stuff is now in the garage. Sorry for the tumble dry noise, but it goes on and on and on and on. And as you can see, this is the space I'm left with. Now I am going to try and sort out this area here, so I've still got a little space to work. And as I mentioned in, I forget, earlier in the video I think it was, there is a red C1/107 wing here. Now that is going to feature in a future video, not for my C1, but actually for my old mate Dan, because he has joined the club and he has now got a Peugeot 107, but he needs a new wing, and we need to paint that white and get it done obviously for him. And we're going to do a real nice, once we've fitted the wing, a real nice detail on the car. We've got some new bits to put on it, a few new little fixes we've got to do here and there. So I'm going to make this space here hopefully as clear as I can to be able to do body work on that wing, get it painted, and then we can get it fitted. Obviously we can do that out in the driveway when the weather is nice. So there isn't a lot of room in here at the moment. I'm not sure what other projects I'm going to be able to do in here really, because as I say, it is full of parts, but I may be able to organise it a little bit better, so obviously we can work in here and do some stuff. Curveballs, eh? What a curveball life throws at you sometimes. No odds in this, I tell you. So there we go. Now you are up to date on what has happened in the life of the MEC-TEC garage and where it has all gone horribly wrong. And now we are in stuck as far as no garage space, stuff everywhere, and our mortgage offer runs out at the end of August. So we've now got to try and resell our house ASAP, so we can carry on with the process of buying the one that we really want down where we're going. So that is about it, I'm afraid. It is not quite the packing up video that I was hoping for. I was hoping to be ending on a completely empty garage, driving off into the sunset, and obviously it all being hunky-dory, but that has definitely not happened. We've got another viewing in about half an hour's time, so I need to get this video wrapped up and go and edit it, and then obviously see if I can get this out for you ASAP, just as a little update more than anything else of what is going on. Trying to stay upbeat about it. Obviously it isn't a good situation to be in, but it is what it is. We can't do anything about it, so we just got to carry on going, and hopefully it will all sort itself out in the wash. What my old granddad used to say, which my dad always says to me, what is to be will be. So if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, then obviously we'll have to find somewhere else to go, and hopefully it'll be all right in the end. But anyway, I am waffling. I know this video has been a bit different, but it was asked for by a couple of people packing up the MEC-TEC garage, so that is what I have done. If you do like videos, not so much like this, but the car videos, restoration videos, repairs, all that sort of thing, make sure you do 4 things for me: like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. It's all free, it costs you absolutely nothing, and it really helps me out on the channel. Tell all your friends, tell your family, whoever likes car stuff and general stuff like this, the workshop build, all that sort of thing. they may be interested, and obviously I would really appreciate it to get some more subscribers. We are nearly at 3,000 subscribers, probably about 80 to go, so if we can push it over the line to 3,000 subscribers, that would be absolutely superb. Remember, I've got Instagram, mec_tech 1985. Facebook is off at the moment. I'm trying to sort that out. I've got the page back in my control again now, and I'm trying to stop that page and redo a new one that isn't a business page, because I didn't realise at the time when I set it up, I actually set up a business page rather than just a page that you can follow, obviously see all the pictures and whatever on. So I'm sorting Facebook out at the moment, but Instagram is still online, mec_tech 1985. And all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching, and if you want to join me soon for more, well, I can't really say automotive adventures at the moment, but if you want to join me soon for more videos, then make sure you tune in again next time. Cheers guys.